Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. This video is for Rick in Ohio. Rick, how you doing? So let me show you what's happening here with your throttle bodies. They're pretty much finished. This is the bench test, and just wanted to document this so we know where we are. Both units, right, were mailed. This one is, like I said, is a replacement unit. This is not a used one. This is a replacement unit, so somebody did buy this and install it in the vehicle. Now the only thing I had to do with this unit is I just checked internals, the brains here, and just slight cleanup. Not crazy, but just, you know, just a rinse and a little bit of cleanup, because this unit was actually not bad at all. There is a resemblance of original grease, which tells me that this unit didn't have lots of miles on it. So also the PCV coloring on the PCV, as you can see, nice and brass looking. That one had to be cleaned up a little better, because that one had, this is original unit, so that has a little more of oxidation. So I'm just saying, this unit I really don't have issues with it. In future they will develop issues. These units always develop issues with a small bolt case. The internal motors there, they get seized up. They get seized up, and once they seize up, then brushes. There's a bunch of issues with internal motors. Very rarely with the brains, but the motors, yes. So, but for now, we're doing this on the budget, so we're just going to leave it as we are. And there is definitely life left in this unit. So primary one, these wires were bad, really bad. Had to, there's some rust on the gears, cracks on the potentiometer. So yes, this one needed attention, and wires obviously placed in service on the internals, which is now fine. Also, it had to be cleaned up a little better, because this is original unit, but still nonetheless it cleaned off extremely nice, given the age of the unit. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Yes, there will be a little bit of discoloration on plates, on the throttle plates in themselves. As you can see, a little bit of brown stains. Well, that's etching, just, I don't use any kind of abrasives to clean surfaces. As you can see, that's original grind. That's where it ends up touching. But I don't use any of the cleaners, because this is polished surface, and I wanted to keep it polished. This is from machined surface, nice and smooth. So that's why I want to leave them. So I don't like to score them with some sandpapers or some polishers. So we'll leave it like that. Although it's possible, and nothing really much happens when you score the surface a little bit, because these are not ideal, the air passes. But anyway, long story short, let me just show you the operation, and then I'm going to undo that unit from my actuator, and this way I can show you the back side of the unit. Now it's cold in New York here, so the units only got to, as you can see, upper 80s. This one got to like a little, but this one is a different style unit. This one is a differently built than this, so there will be, and the motor is different, so there are differences in between the two. Operationally they are same, but as you can see, we have a little bit of a difference in temperatures, because again of the construction difference, the design difference. But nonetheless, they were energized overnight, so this is all they got to. See, this unit was also energized overnight. This is a V8 unit, and that's not my job. This is, I don't do it like that, but anyway, it was here for test. As you can see, 96. Let's take a look at the cold unit. See, the cold temperature, room temperature rather, is 62 right now. This is my workshop, so it's a little cooler here. So these only got to this temperature. Sometimes I get them to over 100 in the summer, but that's because ambient temperature obviously is higher. Okay, so the life readings, we have to look at the life readings. First of all, the activation, both units are synced, they work fine. The primary unit, because of its design difference from the secondary unit, will make screeching sounds. When they warm up, they don't, but if you hear it, do not pay attention. It's just the way it is. See, right now, no sound. But if it would be cold, if I move throttle up and down, it will be loud screeching sound, and that is because of the motor bearings plus the metal gears. So that's why these units are quieter, because they're got rid of those issues, if you will. But these units last longer than these units, so I would rather have noise than reliability issues and life expectancy issues and wear and tear issues. These last longer, so that's what you really want. Even with the noise, you never hear it because engine is running. It's so much noise all around them, plus the hood is closed, so you never hear that. So here's how they work. Obviously they energize both together, synchronized. The e-gas module I'm using is proper e-gas module from 129 chassis. As you can see, it starts with 129 number. This is V12 e-gas that I repaired, and I use it for my bench test, and that is fine. Pretty much all standard, same setup as for everybody. Standard setup, proven standard setup. Okay, readings 4.54, 4.56, 0.02 of a volt is not significant by any means, no problems. 0.47, 0.45, these not mirror image, they're not correlate to each other, they're just there, so don't mind that. Open throttles fully, usually it's like 1.99, as you can see, 1.99. Come on, here it goes. Software is slow, that's why there is a delay. 1.99, 1.99, wide open throttle. These voltages also changed, so we're good to go. I also checked, I tried to induce issues on potentiometers just to see if they're loose or contact points are bad. Did not show. Wear and tear on brushes are pretty much okay, so they're not worn fully. I mean, this is a wear and tear, of course, but not critical at all. It's like not much really, so we're okay. Basically what we want to see, we want to trace these two voltages to be more or less close to each other. 0.02 of a volt is within the range, no problems. So voltages are fine, I have no problems there. Both potentiometers read. That's why you want to see full voltages, so you make sure that all four potentiometers read. But if something happens, obviously the throttles will shut down. e-gas module will send them into limp. Underside of this unit, again, there is a little bit of staining that remain on the plate. Again, like I said earlier, I do not like to clean that off with harsh abrasives. Unit cleaned off decently well, not too bad given the vintage, but that's how it looks. So again, I don't use very harsh chemicals. I try to keep them as original as I can, and even after my cleaning, gaskets remain. You see, the gaskets stay, they still on the units. See, there's a little staining over here a little bit, but again, I don't want to damage the gaskets, so therefore I didn't go insane on the surfaces. So you can reuse gaskets if you like. I used to reuse them on my units. Also, you know, what I usually do is when you take these off already, you have on the intake manifold right in this area is a EGR pipe. Usually it blocks off with gunk. You would clean that off too. It's right, you know, once you take the throttle body off, you see right past the throttle body, right at the edge of the intake where they bolt on, there's like a little opening for EGR. Usually that blocks off, so just clean it up a little bit just to blow it. So here we are, units are ready to go. Let me show you the activation. My little power switch here off. See, both units are off. Activation. Here's my little power switch. As you note, this one opens, that one closes during the activation. In terms of that one tries to close, this one tries to open, and then they sync. That's how it's supposed to be. That's a normal procedure. So this is basically it. The units are ready to go. Unfortunately, I can't go outside and test them on the vehicle because it's cold and my test car is away and the battery is dead in it, and but nonetheless, I'm perfectly fine with these throttles. Now if they don't activate, then next thing will be e-gas module. Something probably happened there if these units do not work the same way as they work on my bench. Okay, so this is it for now, and what else can I say? Finally they arrived, and because they were lost in the mail for a while because of the holidays, but they're ready. I'm gonna start packing them up and have them ready to be mailed to you. So when you watch this, give me a call, we'll do finances, and off they go. Alright, so this is it. This is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.